Respect yourself, and others will respect you.
People who do not understand your silence will never understand your words. We never know how high we are till we are called to rise. Then if we are true to form, our statures touch the skies. All men want, not something to do with, but something to do, or rather something to be. People's lives take them strange places. They do strange things and, well, sometimes they can't talk about them. Light is more important than the lantern, the palm more important than the notebook. Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice and is never the result of selfishness. Attitude is a choice. Think positive thoughts daily. Believe in yourself. We have been called to heal wounds, to unite what has fallen apart, and to bring home those who have lost their way. Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece. I'm killing time while I wait for life to shower me with meaning and happiness. If a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing badly. You're never given a dream without also being given the power to make it true.
The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general full of caution.
It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself.
The decision is your own voice. An opinion is the echo of someone else's voice.
Good order results spontaneously when things are let alone.
Behind every successful person lies a pack of haters. Humility is nothing but truth, and pride is nothing but lying.
Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love.
When it resonates and you feel it, then it was meant for you. Autumn is a place where words fall short. It is a magic that must be felt, breathed, experienced, and treasured. The irony of life is that those who wear masks often tell us more truths than those with open faces.
Never say anything about yourself you don't want to come true.
An empowered life begins with serious personal questions about oneself. Those answers bear the seeds of success. Life teaches us the right path is rarely the easy one.
You fall because you are human, and rise because you are divine.
After all, a homeless man has reason to cry. Everything in the world is pointed against him.
Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt.
It used to be about trying to do something. Now it's about trying to be someone.
Everything has to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually. If you always want the validation of others, you won't grow beyond people's expectations.
An unbreakable mask and cunning are the keys for executing a plan flawlessly.
Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth.
Never limit your view of life by any past experience.
A true genius admits that he knows nothing. Your strongest muscle and worst enemy is your mind. Train it well.
And therefore those skilled in war bring the enemy to the field of battle and are not brought there by him.
No other success can compensate for failure in the home.
Guard well your thoughts when alone and your words when accompanied.
Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler.
Even in the far future, never forget the you of right now. Wherever you are right now, you're just taking a break. I want someone whose heart is big enough to hold me.
Respect is earned, Honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, loyalty is returned.
There is no moment more precious than the exact moment you are living now. Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you.
Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. There is no wealth like knowledge, no poverty like ignorance.
No matter how high your status in life is, you are inferior to death. For this, be humble. I think it's important to hold a mirror up to society and yourself.
Everything you do doesn't have to be seen or heard.
Don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about. In the world there exists no aesthetic plane, not even the aesthetic plane of goodness. The world needs your unique path. Chart it fearlessly. The calling of an author is more than just to entertain, but also to share one's experiences with the world. Wisdom is the oneness of mind that guides and permeates all things. Thank people who help you because they make you happy. Thank people who don't help you because they make you strong. Sorrow looks back, worry looks around, faith looks up. It matters not how fast light may travel, darkness shall always be there, awaiting its arrival. The most important day in your life is the day when you come to realize who you really are. It is evident as a matter of logic that since they disagree, not more than one of them can be true. Unless we learn to know ourselves, we run the danger of destroying ourselves.
Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting.
If you haven't the strength to impose your own terms upon life, then you must accept the terms it offers you.
The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate.
Don't be discouraged if your effort does not yield desirable result. Good thing, take time. You have 3 choices in life. You can watch things happen, make things happen, or wonder what the hell happened. Man is always prey to his truths. Once he has admitted them, he cannot free himself from them. Life has become immeasurably better since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously. The art of giving orders is not to try to rectify the minor blunders and not be swayed by petty doubts. If I didn't try to assume responsibility for my own existence, it would seem utterly absurd to go on existing. Sometimes being happy takes effort. Invest time and energy in yourself and your happiness. Do not lose yourself in the crowd. You are the only one you've got. Take care of your soul. Life isn't about escaping the darkness. It's all about experiencing both the day and night. You can't let the truth bring out the worst and let it get the best of you. Truth is like the sun. You can shut it out for a time, but it ain't going away. Seeking what is true is not seeking what is desirable.
If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales.
We cannot go far in life if we only take the path that everyone is taking.
Reason is, and ought only to be the slave of the passions.
Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. Life is not about perfection. It's about persistence. Take a deep breath. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Having the courage to stand up for what we believe in is our greatest glory, not winning every battle. The moment you let go of your discipline is the moment you give up on yourself. Even if people do not understand you, at least they do not possess the same ability as your bizarre uniqueness. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do.
Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own.
You are confined only by the walls you build yourself. When no one you know tells the truth, you learn to see under the surface. Thou shalt not be a victim, thou shalt not be a perpetrator, but above all, thou shalt not be a bystander. In a world chasing trends, find solace in the everlasting embrace of authenticity and pure happiness. When you judge another, you do not define them. You define yourself. We need to walk to know sacred places, those around us and those within. We need to walk to remember the songs.
People who fit don't seek. The seekers are those that don't fit.
Thought is so cunning, so clever, that it distorts everything for its own convenience.
He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle.
Wanting him to come back before anyone notices part of the world has not moved since he left. Faith keeps our ships moving, while empathy and the memories of our experiences lead to wisdom. When your intentions are pure, you don't lose people, they lose you.
When they say the sky's the limit to me, that's really true.
There can be glory in failure and despair in success.
In warfare, there are no constant conditions. He who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent will succeed and win. Hold yourself back, or heal yourself back together. You decide. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Go slowly so that you do not bite your tail by accident.
Sometimes you lie to deceive people. Sometimes you lie because you need the lie to become the truth.
Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. You ask me if I keep a notebook to record my great ideas. I've only ever had one.
What saves a man is to take a step, then another step. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. However beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results. One of the most important things in life is family. If your origin is bad, it will affect your future negatively.
If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle.
The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Fear is oftentimes born of ignorance and misconception. It lays waste to the landscape of the soul. There is no problem more difficult to solve than that created by ourselves. When you're too tired and feel like giving up on life, sit down and ponder over the journey of water.
If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants.
Proclaim the truth and do not be silent through fear. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. Of everything you could be and everything you do, the greatest thing of all, Henry, is simply to be you.
When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here.
I have learned now that while those who speak about one's miseries usually hurt, those who keep silence hurt more.
Mist to mist, drops to drops, for water thou art, and unto water shalt thou return. So many people love you. Don't focus on the people who don't.
Don't give up on yourself. There's a reason why you started. Never mind those failures till yesterday. Each new day is a sequel of a wonderful life, gifted with hopes to succeed. To turn your dreams into reality, all your resources, efforts, and concentration should be aligned in the same direction. Act the way you'd like to be, and soon you'll be the way you'd like to act. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. No dirt can touch me like an ocean. Everything that comes to me becomes clean. People can change anything they want to, and that means everything in the world.
Some people could look at a mud puddle and see an ocean with ships. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped.
Life always begins with one step outside of your comfort zone. Anyone who knows me should learn to know me again, for I am like the moon. You will see me with new face every day.
Every ounce of my cynicism is supported by historical precedent. When you procrastinate, you become a slave to yesterday.
Faith is not like a raincoat, only to be worn on drizzly days. You must do the things you think you cannot do.
Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. Only dead fish go with the flow. There is no truth, Stephanie said mistressly, only perspectives.
Feeling lost, crazy, and desperate belongs to a good life as much as optimism, certainty, and reason. To buy a cake, to howl at the moon, to know true happiness, I am happy.
Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple.
Above all else, guard your heart, for it affects everything else you do. People can cry much easier than they can change. The right way is always the difficult way, but it's the only way that connects us with our soul. Those at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. Nothing is ever complete. You just have to get it close enough that it makes you happy.
I can't feel my tongue, but I know it's there because I'm talking. Better a broken promise than none at all.
I'll be happy if running and I can grow old together. You can take my life, but you'll never break me. So bring me your worst, and I will definitely give you mine.
Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. The only limits for tomorrow are the doubts we have today.
It is difficult, when faced with a situation you cannot control, to admit you can do nothing. Free yourself from the inauthenticity and disempowerment of your story.
True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. If truth doesn't set you free, generosity of spirit will. Better the comfort of a lie than the absurdity of the truth. Over time, hidden truths morph in the dark soil of deceit into something much worse. The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth.
You just have to go after what you want, and if it doesn't want you back, then so be it. It doesn't deserve you anyways. Because this is the way things are meant to be. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because to understand is to be free. Men will not accept truth at the hands of their enemies, and truth is seldom offered to them by their friends. Life is to be lived, not controlled, and humanity is won by continuing to play in face of certain defeat. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it. If life throws you a few bad notes or vibrations, don't let them interrupt or alter your song. But as long as something is never even started, you never have to worry about it ending. It has endless potential.
You not only are hunted by others, you unknowingly hunt yourself.
Despite how entertaining certain stories were, at the bottom of every item of gossip, there was someone getting hurt.
Everything, no matter how beautiful, is only with us for a while. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. I only want to write, and there's no college for that, except life. I wouldn't have missed a single minute of it, not for the whole world.
Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better.
If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by.
When we stop fighting against death, we are able to wake up to our lives. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. There isn't enough of anything as long as we live. But at intervals a sweetness appears, and given a chance prevails. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown again into instant flame by an encounter with another human being. The dream was always running ahead of me. To catch up, to live for a moment in unison, was the miracle.
Some men never die, and some men never live, but we're all alive tonight.
When you have eliminated all which is impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. We all need to be mocked from time to time, lest we take ourselves too seriously. Step without fear. Helping anyone to step out of fear is the best emotional recipe for the mind.
Everything that is done in this world is done by hope.
I saw the world from the stars' point of view, and it looked unbearably lonely.
An education is not so much about making a living as making a person. The cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing.
The hardest battle you are ever going to have to fight is the battle to be just you. People are, generally speaking, either dead certain or totally indifferent.
You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts.
If you are a giver, remember to learn your limits, because the takers don't have any. The absence of the will to live is, alas, not sufficient to make one want to die. When all is said and done, all anyone has left is their integrity at their core. Don't give that away too. Good things happen in your life when you surround yourself with positive people. Some choose to influence change, and some choose to be influenced by change. You choose which one are you. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Life has become the future. Every moment of your life is lived for the future. Don't ever give up. Even if it's painful, even if it's agonizing, don't try to take the easy way out. There is nothing deep down inside us except what we have put there ourselves.
You don't destroy what you want to acquire in the future. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Correct your mistake as soon as you have found it. Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price. Life changes very quickly, in a very positive way if you let it.
Reason is the power or capacity whereby we see or detect logical relationships among propositions. Wisdom comes to us when it can no longer do any good. Because even if the lie is beautiful, The truth is what you face in the end. Energy and initiative count as much as talent and luck. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done.
Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. If you want to dine with perfection, you must toil with imperfection.
All cynics are disappointed idealists. The more stars in the eyes, the harder the fall.
Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction.
Snow floated down every once in a while, but it was frail snow, like a memory fading into the distance.
Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. The better organized the state, the duller its humanity. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be.
Sometimes people are beautiful, not in looks, not in what they say, just in what they are.
I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. Savor everything, cling to nothing, live now, because living then won't be any better.
Whenever you feel bad, remember all the good days you've had, and be happy again. Of course, a sign doesn't mean anything unless you know how to interpret it. Trusting yourself means living out what you already know. Be true.
By what men think, we create the world around us, daily new.
Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. Knowing your why is much more important than setting a random goal. Be a surfer, watch the ocean, figure out where the big waves are breaking, and adjust accordingly. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination. Have faith in your ability. You will do just fine. Our most significant opportunities will be found in times of greatest difficulty. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are. Miracles do not, in fact, break the laws of nature. Every luxury must be paid for, and everything is a luxury, starting with being in this world.
Everything is hard before it is easy.
Feeling beautiful has nothing to do with what you look like. Promise. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. This work was strictly voluntary, but any animal who absented himself from it would have his rations reduced by half. You will have 500 million little bells, and I shall have 500 million springs of fresh water. Like a missing tooth, sometimes an absence is more noticeable than a presence.
The elegance under pressure is the result of fearlessness. When you walk in silence, your excellence will always speak for you.
Accidents happen. Our bones shatter, our skin splits, our hearts break, we burn, we drown, we stay alive. Fear tends to come from ignorance. Once I knew what the problem was, it was just a problem. Nothing to fear.
Hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world.
It's easy to talk big, but the important thing is whether or not you clean up the shit. Ask not of things to shed their veils. Unveil yourselves, and things will be unveiled. Make life easier by living in the present and believing in the future. A truth is what it is. A lie, a thought-out deception more brutal than a truth could ever be. Choosing kindness is the ultimate expression of evolved consciousness. Grow by being kind. Sacrifice is a part of life. It's supposed to be. It's not something to regret, it's something to aspire to. We have not been rewarded to evolve over our failures, but punished never to make mistakes again. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. The only person who can pull me down is myself, and I'm not going to let myself pull me down anymore. The truth cuts like the sharpest knife I've ever known.
A star is not honored for its size, but for its light.
It's hard to throw away history. It was like you were throwing away a part of yourself.
Rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. Beyond the fiction of reality, there is the reality of the fiction.
Every day when I go to bed, it's my year end. And when I wake up, it's my new year. Stand up for what is right, even if it means standing alone.
Health is hearty. Health is harmony. Health is happiness.
There is only one day left, always starting over. It is given to us at dawn and taken away from us at dusk. Hold on to forgiveness, for it frees your heart of resentment and opens the door to healing and peace.
Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. The best way to cheer yourself is to cheer somebody else up.
Education shows the path to the door of opportunity. It gives confidence and hope to open it.
If you are untrustworthy, people will not trust you. If you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed.
The greatest blessing granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift.
The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives.
Your tomorrow depends entirely on what you do today. When ill luck begins, it does not come in sprinkles, but in showers. The difference between greed and ambition is a greedy person desires things he isn't prepared to work for. Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land in the stars.
Do good. Live in the most positive and joyful way possible every day.
Success is doing what you want to do, when you want, where you want, with whom you want, as much as you want.
Don't be afraid of enemies who attack you. Be afraid of the friends who flatter you. If you only shine light on your flaws, all your perfects will dim.
Building a successful life requires effort. The more effort you put into what you do, the more result you would see.
Fear not the path of truth, for the lack of people walking on it.
Sometimes letting go is simply changing the labels you place on an event. Looking at the same event with fresh eyes. Never underestimate yourself when you do what is right. Never overestimate yourself when you do what is wrong.
In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory.
I want to dream a dream so wonderful that I'll wake up sorry that it wasn't a memory.